Howdy folks, Kirk and Jay here with Kirk Giordano Plastering. Today we're doing an interesting little project. What we're doing is repairing some EFIS. They installed new windows and I don't blame them because they want to take advantage of that gorgeous view here. Now we are in beautiful Alameda. Man, if I had that view I'd stick some windows in too, a little bit more, and it's just gorgeous. See San Francisco, and it just poured down rain. Fortunately, it dried up and the sun came out. Anyway, what we got here is we got an EFIS system. What is an EFIS system? It's a styrofoam system, meaning this styrofoam. So the fellow said, "Well, gee, Kurt, what do you recommend as far as fixing this?" I said, "A number of ways. Whatever's in the prints will do." He said, "There's no prints. You just do it your way." I thought, okay, well, there's a lot of ways. And generally, Jay and I we'll cut this stuff with a saw, and we'll put new pieces of EFIS, and it's styrofoam. We'll butt it here, but because we only have such a little bit, because what we're doing is we're using the same system they have, and what they have is styrofoam. These molds are going to go around here. So to cut this out and just use a little bit of foam there is kind of goofy. Doesn't make much sense. So what we have done is, fortunately, the fellows who did the window here did an excellent job. They installed the window and they kept the original lath intact. Of course, it's only a 10-year-old house, so it's perfect condition. They put their flashing in and they used a peel and stick. This stuff is great, perfect. It's a peel and stick. So they put the window in, put the peel and stick here, and they had great existing paper because it's a 10-year-old house. So the existing paper went to the window. Then they put the photo flash. We counted that flash with another 2 layers of paper, so it's sort of bulletproof. A lot of folks say, "Gee, well, can we do a patch with traditional stucco, meaning the scratch and brown, when there's the EFIS here?" Of course, and I've heard this one. They say, "Well, doesn't the stucco need to be on the wire?" And I said, "Well, it's on the wire because this particular system here, you put the boards down, the EFIS or foam, then you put this 17 gauge wire here on top of that, then you only put a 1/4-inch stucco. The real EFIS system, or the original, was Dry-Vit. That come from Europe in 1950. And we did a lot of buildings with that. We did Kaiser hospitals when I was union. We'd put the styrofoam on first over the 2 layers of paper. Then we put a mesh. It wasn't even wire. It was a Panza or Tanza. What's that tank, Jay?
Panzer with a P.
Panzer with a P. Yeah, I'm a stucco guy, not a historian. Well, why did they call it Panzer with a P? Because the mesh was 5 to 10 times as thick as this. And we would put that mesh on there and hit it with like a poly bond, and then put a finish coat. That's all it took. And for high rises, that was great, guys. Why? Because for high rises, you want insulation, but you don't want a lot of weight because it's a high rise, so it's good. Do they do them on homes? Absolutely. This is a beautiful new home, and of course they're using the same system. Anyway, get back to what we're doing. We're just getting set up here. We got quite a few windows to go. So what I'm going to do is show you how we put this together. Now, I just got these 2 little guys because I'm going to use this. We're going to put the new molds here. But first, I want to caulk this again because I want to make sure this is bulletproof. We already passed our lath inspection, which means, hey, air raid. We already passed the lath inspection, which means the city came out and they looked at that and said, "Hey, great. You're good, guys. Go ahead and install your molds." So what Jay and I are going to do is I'm going to first use a caulking here and seal all this one more time. I'm going to seal it all real well one more time just for the heck of it. Then I'm going to use a polyurethane. It's just an adhesive caulking, and I'm going to put it all around in the window frame because these go on the adhesive caulking. That gets it gets adhered much better. Then we put some nails through this stuff here, stick it in there, and we coat that. We coat it with a poly bond. We coat the exterior with fibers. When we get to that stage, we'll show you. Okay, guys, I got tongue-tied there for a sec. Jay said, "Well, Dad, what about the molds?" here's the thing I wanted to say. The molds now, we're going to put them on the paper, and of course the styrofoam can go on the paper. When I was originally here, the fellow says, well, gee, why don't we order inch styrofoam? And I said, well, we can't do that because they put the styrofoam on first. And he says, well, how do you know? And I said, well, I can look at it and see it. So if you put this styrofoam here on this existing, now look how much room we got. I stick my whole hand in here. So if I have this in here, I can't float the stucco into nothing all the way around this whole window, let alone all the rest of the windows we have to do. So we have to put these on first. Kind of like that window over there. You see that? So anyhow, we're going to go ahead and install these guys first. And when we get to the stage of doing the cement, we'll show you how we do that. It's quite simple. Okay, guys, we go from polybond, which is to adhere molds. Of course, we're not adhering it on stucco, but we also do our joints with polybond and make sure you have mesh tape, otherwise you can get a crack. You clean it here, clean it here, clean it, boom, sides. And why do we use the polybond? Because it prevents cracking in all these joints, and you should have mesh tape there too. I always like to use a bit of mesh tape myself. We switch from that, then we switch to cement. And you know, I've done many projects with the EFIS using stucco for patches because it's faster. Here's the one drag, inch and a half with regular stucco. You have to go many coats. I'm using a what's called Eisenwall, and it's not sold at Home Depot or Lowe's. Maybe in the future, but one of the products they do sell there that is made by the same exact company is Rapid Set. Now, with this product, you can go 6 inches back to back, not just one pass, guys. And I've showed this product many times. What we're really trying to show here is we're doing 6, 7 different things today, many windows, and so this is a little dry, but nothing we can't handle. We got a lot of things going on and trying to do this video also. But the mud, I can make work, no matter if it's a little dry, if it's too soupy. It's ideal to have it just right, but we are busy doing many things. Okay, so we're coming up here, and who would want to go 6 inches thick on a particular product? You never know. I've done it many times when we're doing foundations, and I always prefer this particular product. And as soon as I'm done here, what we really wanted to show you guys was, you know, the repair using traditional stucco versus the EFIS system, because you can't always find the EFIS, and a lot of people don't know how to do it. So I'm just doing it with this. Now, the only drag is you got to go thick, and many of you folks don't know what products to use, or if you don't know what product to use, you could go with Rapid Set at Home Depot, and that product there you can go back to back just like this. And it's made by the same company, it's just more user friendly there. So we take that right like so, and here's where I'm going. I'm going to do this side here next, and the bottom, which is only a 1/2 inch. And keep in mind too, guys, this particular product dries in about 20 minutes. Right now the sun's in our face, but it's really cold. You can, a few minutes ago you can see the breath coming out of our mouth. So we tie this in here. Now what I'm doing is, this is a wet float. You have to use a wet float to do this. Now it almost matches the same color and same texture, but we don't have such luck. We're going to have to dash this too. What does dash mean? Well, dash is like that old saying in the 1900s, a dash of salt. We dash it when we get to that last stage. We're going to dash it with a dash brush in soupy mud, which is a color finish like this, and then we knock it down. This is a knockdown dash. You don't see any trowel marks. Why? Because it's thrown on or blown on. When we get to that stage next, we'll show you, but we got to get hustling and finish the rest of these windows because this mud waits for no one. You know, guys, I sometimes wonder when we do these videos when I tell folks, hey, we're doing a whole bunch of things today, if they actually believe me. We are doing a whole bunch of things today. And right now we're set up for this side, so I figure I'll show you a little bit about dashing, because when we get to the other side, Jason has got to hold a piece of paper as a screen. Otherwise, I've got to cover everything. Anyway, guys, we're going to show you really on the other side what it's all about. I just thought since I'm here and I had this mic hooked up, I'd show you a little bit more. Hear that? We got a great view too, so I'm hoping that the homeowners have some margaritas for us afterwards. We could sit by and watch the water, watch the world go by. And you guys can do this with a hand hopper too. In fact, a hand hopper would be way easier for the average person, but there's 10 times as much covering. Can I do this with a brush? You betcha. I've done this 15, or actually we've done about 15 houses, all by hand like this, complete homes. At the end of the day, you have spaghetti arms. You're like, oh crap, falling off. It's called dashing. Dash your salt. Dash. You let it set, and once it sets, we knock it down. That just means you take a trowel and hit it lightly. When I get to the other side, I'm going to show you. I'll show you how to hit it with a trowel in order to match knockdown dash finish. Fun, fun, fun. It's getting late. Hopefully we have enough time before dark to actually show you that other side. All right, guys, that took an extra 5 minutes. And now what we do is we knock it down. This is called a knockdown dash. Earlier, we dashed it. And now the trowel is knocking it down. Thus, the name, knockdown dash. And here we just, let me see what the heck I'm doing. Yoink. Okay, to match this right here. This is a knockdown dash, and what grit are we using? Anybody watching know? Anybody watching care? It is 2030. It's a 2030 grit. That means it's the heaviest sand that they sell. What grit did I say? You said 2030. Oh, okay. Good eye. I will scratch that off. All right. Anybody know what kind of sand we're using here? The grit? Anybody care? This is what we call in the trades a 1620. 1620 is the heaviest finish available. That just means it's got fat sand. Santa Barbara is like silica sand, very fine. Then there's 2030, which is the medium, and that is real close to this. You couldn't, it's tough for the average person to tell it apart, but of course we're professionals, we can tell it apart. There we go. And now what I'm going to do is, now that I got the finish, we got all kinds of things going on here, I'm going to go ahead and pull this paper, plastic. Now when you're pulling plastic, best take your gloves off, guys, otherwise you'll jack up your own work. And what I want to do is pull underhanded and catch all of this, because I will jack up my own work. If I do, is it a big deal? No, no, no. Because I can touch it up. Let's see here. Oh, come on now. All right. That is good tape. Don't you love it when it just comes all off easily? Okay. Presto, now they can sit in the jacuzzi, watch the sunset, and watch the beach at the same time. Doesn't get any better than that. And what we do is we just take our handy dandy rag and clean off this mess. Clean off the hands first. Lye burns. Color coat has a lot of lye in it, and that will eat your hands up. Anyway, my name is Kirk. Jason on the camera. We still got a couple windows that we have got to finish up before dark, so we'll call it a video. We thank you folks for watching, and as usual, see you guys on the next one. Once again, folks, we thank you for watching, and I really enjoy all your comments.
If you guys like this video, please click the like button down below, and also if you enjoy what we do, subscribe to our channel so we can keep making these videos for you.
My name is Kirk.
And Jay.
We thank you for watching, and from the entire Giordano family, we'll see you on the next one.